My story begins in 2002, February. And it begins when I was sentenced to 13 years, 8 in and 5 out. My first experience with MSDF was on that Friday. They picked me up around 4 o'clock in the morning over in the county jail and took me over to MSDF. Now, one of the things, the difference between me, because there was like 54 guys that they pick up and transfer over there. And at that time, I believe that the system was kind of working the way it was supposed to at MSDF because it had only been open about a year or so, okay? But the difference with me was that I had a sleeping condition called sleep apnea. So I was placed on a work release unit because I needed a electrical unit for my machine. So I had the comfort of being in a unit where it was like a 4-man cell because it was a work release unit. But one of the things that I experienced was through the night was a whole lot of banging, a whole lot of hollering going on. And I never could figure out what was going on till one of the guys told me. They said that was the guys up in Said, the guys that you came in with you and going on. And that's all you would hear all day and all night. And it was just hollering, screaming and going on. And I thought they was being tortured or something up there. And I just couldn't realize what the world was, you know. But from that point on, I kind of woke up a little bit about what was going on, about SEG and all that and stuff, about MSDF. So then I moved on that Monday and went on to Dodge and went through my experience with Dodge and stuff, and I went through my experience with DOC. At that time, they were sending people out of state. So I ended up going to Hampton, Minnesota. I stayed there a couple of years, and I came back. When I came back there to Fox Lake, I wanted to get back in school, and I wanted to continue my education, and at the time, I didn't even have a GED. So I decided to get in school. When I decided to get in school, one of the school teachers asked me, said, why do you want to go back to school at your age? I said, why not? So they ended up signing me back up in school. I ended up going back into school. While I was at Fox Lake, I did have an experience in solitary confinement because I had a situation between me and another guy there. And that's when I started experiencing seeing some of the things that were going on in DOC. So I started seeing some of the things that was experienced in solitary confinement as well that was going on there. And it was not a pretty picture. So I moved on to that point and I moved on through the system. I ended up doing my 8 years in, I ended up doing my 5 years out as I was supposed to do. But see, now I want to reiterate on something Marissa said. When she talking about it could be a generational situation that can occur. That's the problem that I'm experiencing right now. Right now, I have a grandson that's 20 years old. He'll be 21 next month, and he's at MSDF. Now, some of the things that he shared with me that was going in there, the units are 40-bed units. They moved to 60 beds because of the boats they got in there. Then he's telling me about some of the conditions regarding the heat and how they lock down, as Marissa specified, 22 hours a day because they split the day room in half now, what they do. So for the comfort, for the heat that's in the situation in there, they bag up with ice, they get cups of ice, do everything before they get locked down to try to bring some kind of comfort to themselves. They also talk about the med situation that's going on in there. Half the time they don't get their meds in there as well. So they got a situation there. They also got a situation with food portions. They've actually cut the food portions in half. They also talk about the fact that you have a lot of guys coming in there that have medical conditions where they should be on the bottom bunk, they put them on the boat or they put them on the top bunk in the situation there. Now I also have a son down there that's 29 years old, experiencing down there, and I just went down there today and picked up a friend from down at MSDF as well. So the experiences that they share with me, the experiences they say is really, really bad down there. The conditions are extremely bad at MSDF and really, truly need to shut it down. Now, one other thing that I want to talk about as well, when I was talking about the generational situation that's going on, I'm blessed to go back into the institution to share with guys that I just recently went down to RCI, Racine Correctional Institution. And I asked some of the guys about, have they experienced a father and son walking the track together? And they said there were several fathers and sons walking the track down at RCI. So it's just as she said, it's a generational thing, it's a real impact, and we need to do something about it, but we really do need to shut down MSDF. Thank you.
Ooh, right.